old beat up boots performing Mordred. So yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. That is
There's
so
a lot of
awesome.
crying all the time. I cry all the time about everything.
Hey, crying is great. I cry at weddings. I cry at
Yeah.
parades. I was very, very alarmed when I cried because somebody just started playing. Oh, what was it? Just a drum started going off
Yeah.
from our Tiger performance, and it's like tears down.
Yeah. Music is so moving. Music can just be is just so powerful. Hi, Ash.
Okay, sorry. Okay, this one's just for Erica. Your cat is cute. What's the cat's name?
This cat, well, I have two. One of them's over there. She's sunbathing. Her name is Kika. And then this little gray boy, his name is Ash. Yeah. And they're both, they're both adopted, and they are wonderful. I've had them both for about 6 years, so yeah, they're great.
Yes, cats are amazing, except when they rip your microphone out of its socket like 5 minutes before you're supposed to do this panel. Then it's okay. Steel Neko asks, what adjustments have you had to make over the past year to record from home? Let's go with Billy first.
It was it was a little crazy right at the beginning here, just because everybody had to scramble. Everybody kind of has a home studio that does voiceover because you have to have a setup just to kind of do auditions in that sounds good, or some people do have online clients and they work from home and do that all the time. So they might have a more legit booth setup, but for me, I moved into a one-bedroom right at the beginning of quarantine. And one of the things that I really loved about the place, I was like, oh man, it's got a huge walk-in closet, so I can just have my clothes in here, I'll put some extra insulation in here, and it's gonna be amazing. And then, for auditions, like, it would have been totally fine, but then it kind of became, okay, this now has to be the place that I sit in for hours and scream. I was recording Osomatsu at the time, so I was like, that's like the screamiest thing I've ever been a part of ever. So it just kind of quickly became, all right, how do I not get kicked out of my apartment? Because I've been screaming for hours a day. So yeah, I had to scramble and get a booth, figure out how to use Source Connect. That was a big thing. But it really just did take about a month, and it was also kind of the studios kind of having to figure some things out too. And props to them, we all just kind of got through it, and within a couple weeks, everybody was like, okay, we're in a routine, we got this, let's go. And that was the year, that was the entire year, pretty much.
For sure. Hello. Well, yeah, Erica, how about for yourself?
It was pretty similar. I was somebody who was very initially kind of resistant to it. I was like, oh, it's just going to shut down for 3 months and I can go into the studio and be a pretty little princess and talk good into the microphone and have someone record me, because that's what I'm always used to. I didn't have, a lot of people do a lot of work from home. I was not one of those people. I just used my booth for auditions. I didn't offer Source Connect. And now I use my laptop, which if anyone who's recorded during the pandemic knows you can't really do that unless you have it far away from your booth, and then you can't engineer yourself. Yep. It's rough because the laptop will start making noises after 45 minutes, and then you've got the fan in the background to contend with. So once I realized, okay, it's fight or flight, you got to figure this out. I upgraded to an actual Mac computer, and then I got Source Connect, and I learned how to use that. My booth was already decent. I don't have a super nice booth. It's like a fabric booth, but it dampens the sound really well, and I live in a really quiet area, luckily. So it worked as far as that goes. But yeah, it was a big adjustment. I don't like sitting in my dark box. I'm very ready to like get back into the studios. But I now have a lot of especially commercial clients that I will always record from home for, and now I have that ability, and I know now that I shouldn't have been so resistant to the idea of that, because I would have been missing out on some work that I absolutely could have had for the last 5 years and didn't. So in a way, trying to find the silver lining, I'm grateful, because I feel a lot more independent. I'm like, oh, I can record for AAA games from my house. Like, that is a thing that can happen, or an animated series or what have you. So
yeah, I think a lot of people are excited to go back into the studios. Just it's weird to be at home constantly, and we're super unbelievably lucky that we're able to continue to work during this time. Mm-hmm. But oh man, it's so weird when you're not able to see anybody, or just say hi to the engineer, or just not have to worry about helicopters or like you had a wood chipper like
Oh my
outside
God,
your
yeah.
apartment like at the beginning of like a session one time.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's gonna be nice to
Having to perform and also you know, account for all this stuff happening outside your house because it doesn't matter how well your sound is dampened if there's a huge plane or if there's a wood chipper or if all of your neighbors have decided to renovate within the same 3 months. They just mid-pandemic, everyone decided they needed a new house.
do that.
You know, there's just stuff that happens where you're like, all right, well,
You guys too? I thought that was just me
yeah,
and
exactly.
everyone else.
And for someone like me who runs very high anxiety and holds themselves accountable for everything, like everything is my fault, you know, there were a few sessions where something would happen and I'd go, okay, well, you know, I'm so sorry. And like, it's okay, we'll pick it up another time. Like, don't worry about it. And learning to just let go of that and understand that there are things that are always going to be out of my control that I just have to live and let live. It was a little freeing.
All right, fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna go with a couple of more fandom-specific questions now, if you don't mind. Okay, for Billy, why is Ferdinand von Iger the best?
Well, Ferdinand von Ayer, he is Ferdinand von Ayer. That's why he's the best. He's the noblest guy. He tries so very hard. Doesn't always succeed, but that's okay. His heart's in the right place. I think that's what sets Ferdinand apart from the rest of the riffraff of three houses.
Oh, riffraff. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Erica, would Cecilia like to? Would Cecilia? Sorry, Celica like to rebuff that at all?
Listen,
choose.
I don't think that I have to defend myself because I'm in a different game, and also just Celica's on a different level. And I'm not saying it's higher. I know I gestured higher, but I just mean different. Just different. So I don't even think Celica would respond to such accusatory and incendiary language. And I think Mur would just be playing in a flower field somewhere making dragon noises. So I won't respond to it.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Another one here for Erica. Were you a fan of Symphony of the Night or Castlevania and Koji Igarashi's work before you voiced Miriam?
I had not played any Castlevania games, but of course I was aware of Castlevania. It's just like honey. It's just a staple in the gaming world, and also being a part of sort of its spiritual successor in Bloodstained was an incredible honor. There are some games that you haven't necessarily played, but they've always been there in the corner of your eye, or franchises that you know are fantastic and inimitable. That was one of them for me. I'm also I just love vampires, so.
Oh, yes, vampires.
And gore. Vampires and gore, baby. All day, yeah.
All right. Billy, do you mind if somebody asks for a quick improvisation?
Maybe?
Okay, we're asking Radiant Yappers, could we get an improvisation of Drunk Jericho and Now Fumi?
I'm a guy, I have to say no, because
Okay.
we're not, like, technically allowed to do character-y things outside of what we do. Like, I'm on Cameo, and I just say, like, hey, guys, quotes are cool, but I can't actually speak as the characters. Wait, Drunk who?
Did you say Jericho, like my character Jericho, and his character now?
Oh, my apologies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I echo
not...
Billy's sentiment. Yeah, I'm a little strict on that, just because it's not our IP, so we can't really take it.
Yeah. I would love to. It would be fun, but
yes.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, for sure. No worries. But if you guys want to check out your cameos, please go to cameo.com/Billy Kametz or Erica Lindbeck. Probably.
I actually don't. I don't have a cameo, but he does. So go ahead.
All right. Question for both of you here from Kira Kojin. Hey, Billy and Erica. Who are your favorite DC and Marvel characters?
Ooh.
For Marvel,
Spider-Man's always been my favorite Marvel. Since I was a kid. I just love me some Spider-Man.
Good choice, good choice.
DC would take some. Erica, do you have faves?
I know I'll never be the same. Shook my world so hard again. Wish I washed away my sins. He's a dead man walking, blank stare in his eyes. Should have given up on the ones I trust. Never should have been surprised when they shot him